Welcome back to Port Side of the Pilots. We're joined now by LaRocco, a redshirt junior for the women's cross country and track and field team. Lauren, thanks for joining us today. Let's look back for a second. 2016, it was a historic year for you and your team. You're the WCC individual champion. You won the team title, competed at nationals with the team where you got All-American, and you also got All-American accolades on the track. Talk about what that year was like to experience.
That was a really amazing year. Just getting that experience on the national level really sort of elevated my mindset and my goals. And especially with the team, it was a lot of fun. Having that year on the track and being All-American got me thinking bigger and kind of trying to spread that to the whole team. And then qualifying for nationals as a team for the first time in school history was one of my proudest achievements. And it was really cool to just be there with the team.
So then fast forward to this year, you chose to use your redshirt season. First of all, what was the thinking behind that? And then also, what did you do this fall? And was it a little difficult to watch your team run without you?
Yeah, it definitely was. So I originally decided to redshirt so that I could get my master's in biomedical engineering, because that's just a one-year master's program. So I thought that was worthwhile. And I'm also glad that I redshirted, just because then I have another year to get better at running, because that's something I really want to pursue. But it's been hard redshirting. I think it's going to be worth it, but yeah, it was definitely hard to sit out cross country. It's just fun to be with the team. Cross country is such a team sport.
And you spent some time in China this fall. Talk about that experience.
That was really neat. I remember when I went to Europe this summer, I was like, wow, Europe is so different from the U.S. And then I went to China, and I thought, like, U.S. and Europe are pretty much the same. China's really different. I'm really glad I was able to get some study abroad experience, because usually when I'm always in season all the time, so I can't study abroad. But redshirting allowed me to go to China over fall break, and we visited some engineering companies, and we did a bunch of fun stuff as well. We walked the Great Wall and yeah, just did some touristy stuff. So it was really cool to just experience that culture.
And you mentioned your travels. You've been to Switzerland, London, Amsterdam, Germany. Do you like to travel? Has running taken you to all these places, or what has taken you to these exotic places?
Yeah, I feel like running has sort of indirectly taken me to these places. So except for El Salvador, I went there with Team USA for U23 championships. But yeah, especially having international teammates, it allows you to just sort of hop around Europe, and I got to meet up with some old teammates in Europe, and I think that's one really cool part about our team.
Do you have a favorite place you've been?
My favorite place in the world is St. Moritz in Switzerland.
Oh, cool. So now back in the States, you opened the indoor season a few weekends ago at the Boston Opener. You broke the program indoor record in the 5,000 meters. After redshirting and going to China, what was it like to have such a solid performance in your debut event?
Yeah, that was a huge confidence boost, just because I've been putting in a lot of work and mileage. I haven't really done many track workouts before that, and I wasn't really sure if I'd just be able to jump back in with the best girls in the NCAA after being out of the NCAA for almost a year. So just being able to jump back in there and hang did a lot for my confidence, and I'm just really excited to get in more races.
So you've come a long way since your freshman year. Talk a little bit about how you got to this point in your collegiate career and how much hard work and training has gone into it.
Yeah, freshman year is always hard. It's just such an adjustment. I got here, and there's so many resources as an athlete to better yourself, but you just don't really know how to use them yet. You're just trying to take care of yourself, and you don't have your parents anymore. So it was like a slow start, I would say, but just my teammates, Ian, all the support here really helped me, and just having other people believing in me and then me believing myself. Like once you start thinking big, then you can accomplish pretty big things. And so I would say that's a pretty big part of how I got here.
Very nice. So away from the track, you're heavily involved in SAC, which is the Student Athlete Advisory Committee here at UP. You're the president. What kind of responsibilities do you have, and what does SAC do? What are some of the things they do for athletics and beyond?
Yeah, so one of the main things I do is I go to the SAC leadership conferences. So I went to one at Pepperdine over summer and then one at Santa Clara this fall. And so we talk about WCC specific things. And then, for instance, this fall, we voted on a lot of NCAA legislation. SAC organizes a lot. We do community service, and we just try to get participation from athletes in various things, whether it's attendance to games or community outreach.
And also mechanical engineering major. Why did you choose to pursue that major, and is that something you want to get into after you graduate?
I really liked science and math in high school. I thought engineering sounded challenging, so I decided to challenge myself and do it. And it has been very challenging, but I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, next year I'll be getting my master's in biomedical engineering. So that's something I would like to pursue, maybe after running. I'm really interested in building machines for athletes, whether it's performance analysis or injury prevention or that sort of thing.
So the indoor track season has begun, outdoor season right around the corner. What are some of your goals this season?
So I'm hoping to qualify for indoor nationals in the 5K and the 3K, and then I'd like to do the 10K, 5K double at outdoor nationals again, and yeah, hopefully All-American.
LaRocco, thank you so much for joining us today. Good luck this season and beyond.
Thank you.